Hi, this is Roger, thanks for dropping by. I was hoping that some sun would be involved in this video, but it would have needed to have been morning sun anyway to have the effect I wanted. But it's just been a cloudy day with drizzly showers, so anyway, my Dendrobium hercoglossum unexpectedly is having a mass blooming. Because when I saw the spikes forming, I thought they're going to be all over the place this year, so that it's going to come in dribs and drabs. Now, yes, there are some spikes that are only just starting, so that will perpetuate the blooming, and there are some buds just forming, and there are some buds that will open soon. But in the main, the majority have opened all in one go. So if we sort of look round the plant, you know, you can see there are buds. Like, is that a mealybug? No, just a sheath. Phew! As you can see, there are some buds that are about to open, but there are some smaller buds. And, you know, there are some spikes just starting up here too. That's probably a silhouette. So there will be blooms for some time because they don't last an absolute age. And in 2 or 3 days' time, you can see. That's what I was after, one that's just opening so that you can see the size of the bud at the point it opens, and then you can compare it with some of the other buds to know that these are all going to open within the next few days. So, and again here, this is just about is in fact opening. So yeah, it's done really well. It's become a tatty plant as a plant, but nonetheless it's still blooming well. So I'm going to go over. As these blooms fade, I'm going to look at the canes involved, and any canes on here that have had blooms that look like they're not going to have any more and are leafless, those canes are going to get trimmed. Basically, as I said, the plants just become tatty, and it only looks anything at all when the blooms are out. All the leaves are up the top here because that's how it grows. The new growths come out and head skyward. And then as they get heavier, they lean over. And then as they get even heavier, they become pendulous. So that's the 3 stages of the sort of canes. Anyway, let me get lower down because these blooms are at their best when you look up at them and get the light behind them. So, and it's still, you know, even with that right next to it, these are still my favourite. And it's because they're so delicate. That's what I like about them. So anyway, Dendrobium hercoglossum. I don't grow this the way a lot of people say you should, but I might have to change my ways. We're coming up to the end of May and there's not a sign of any new growths yet. There are a few new roots starting, but there's no new growths as yet. To a degree that doesn't matter that much because the canes grow through the winter. But obviously the plant had a major disruption to its winter growth on the grounds it moved house along with me. So I don't think last winter would be a good example of how it's supposed to grow. And certainly some of the canes stopped growing early, so they may not extend as well as they might have done. So a trim. And hopefully some brand new growths to start the process again, because the growths, they start late spring, although these look like it's going to be summertime, and then they grow on through the first winter, on through the next season, and on through the second winter, and then stop sometime after that, which is where they get their maximum length. So we've still got all that to go. So at the moment it's a little unpredictable, but I'm surprised we got the mass blooming. As I said, with the light behind these blooms, they are quite special. They are quite special, and hopefully the camera's picking that up. Right, and I'll see you next time. Oh, hang on, before I go, let's zoom out. I just wanted to show you something. It's like a coming soon. I only noticed it this morning. When you look over here. Hang on, let me move this back where it was. Just had to move it. There's not much going on over here. One thing I am pleased about is this growth on this is radiata, I believe. Yeah, Prosthetia radiata. Is that the latest growth up this end of the plant is producing 2. the latest growth up the other end is producing one, and it produced a lot of roots from this growth, and now it's producing 2 new ones right down there, because I thought they were going to come out up here, so that's a bonus. Then you look over here, this nobly, these blooms are starting to fade, but there's some more coming on a cane. So where there looks like there's nothing going on, and then you just lean round the corner and you see that. Now, I'm desperately trying to see what I'm filming. Those buds are enormous. I'll see if I can get round the side now, because that's sort of coming at it from here, but the leaves are in the way. Let's see if I can get at it. I don't think I'll be able to. I don't think I can, because if I hold the camera up in the air and come, I can't see what I'm filming, but basically through that gap. But those buds are absolutely enormous. If you think the infundibulum buds were quite big, those buds are a lot bigger. A lot bigger. So those are going to be very large blooms, and that will be a first time bloomer for that one. That is it's a black hair type, Dendrobium, I think it's something like Frosty Dawn Red Lip, and that's from memory, because I was going to say I can't see the tag, but actually I might be able to see yeah, Frosty Dawn Red Lip, so that gives us a clue what to expect. Yes, and the thanks for all those that have watched and left comments on the Project Orchids part 2 of update 1. Part 3 is going to come very close together, I'm afraid, because I need it done in May to keep these Project Orchids consistent. So we'll be doing another one of those this week, either tomorrow or the day after probably. So there we go. And other jobs coming up that have to be done, I need to get on with it, is stripping my Jenkinsii off of the mount and getting all the old tatty bits with no leaves taken off and rearrange the new bits to make them look good. And there's still some mounts that need their moss sorted out over here, mainly these Oncidium types. Virtually all of them have got new growth starting now, which will be followed by roots, so I can get on with that. Not quite sure I've got enough moss, but I'll deal with that. So there we go, that's what's sort of going on, and I'll keep you posted. I think I might have to go out and get some more moss. Not sure I've got enough. The trouble is with the Oncidiums, they are relatively fine-rooted plants, and that Welsh moss may not do too well for them because it's too coarse. There might be too much air around the roots with that. But I'll have a think about it, because it can always be, you know, that's what the Welsh moss looks like. That's not doing so well. I've had some dry periods basically where I've a bit of neglect because of other things going on. So, but yeah, that's the coarse moss, and then something like this is a finer moss. So I'll see what I've got going, and see how we do. And oh, well, blow me. That's just reminded me as well. So I've just spotted a bloom, and in addition to that, it's a first time bloomer, and in addition to that, that's a Care Collab video coming up any minute. So you can have a quick preview of the bloom. And then there's a Care Collab coming up to go with that. Very soon. That's actually a very attractive bloom. Looks very much like some others, but the twisted petals and sepals is a giveaway to its name, which I'm not going to tell you. Get to see all that in the Care Collab. Right, see you next time. Bye for now.